Hello, welcome. Today this video is about dyslexia. I request you to completely watch this video because I am providing some tips. These are good tips which you can use for managing your children, especially for the parents whose children are dyslexic. Let us talk about dyslexia. Dyslexia, also known as a reading disorder. The problem will be in the reading. It's a disorder characterized by reading below the expected level for one's age. Different people are affected to different degrees. Everyone are not affected the same. Problems may include difficulties in spelling words, reading quickly. They read really fast. Then writing words, they write very fast and there will be a lot of mistakes. Sounding out words in the head, pronouncing words when reading aloud, and understanding what one reads. They don't understand. They may not even understand what actually they are reading. An evaluation for dyslexia should be done. This is a very important task. It should be done by a professional. The deep understanding of language development and language impairment. Learning disability is a part. So the person who is going to diagnose, or the professional who is going to diagnose, should be knowledgeable in the field of learning disabilities. A thorough evaluation includes standardized test results and quantitative feedback. Neurologist, pediatricians, child psychologist, educational psychologist, clinical psychologist. Here educational psychologist will be a person who is knowledgeable about special education needs, and counseling psychologist. These people, those who are having enough training and knowledge about learning disability and dyslexia, they will help manage the dyslexia. Please watch this video completely, mainly because at the end I am providing some tips for the parents. We should know what is dyslexia before going into the treatment methods. Now, the symptoms of dyslexia are difficulty in reading, difficulty in learning things, difficulty in recognizing letters, difficulty in recognizing symbols, difficulty in rhyming words, difficulty in recognizing sounds, in processing grammar, lack of semantic awareness, lack of phonological awareness, misreading words, changing meanings of words, delayed speech development, and at the end there are two certain symptoms. They are called attention deficiency and hyperactivity. So most of the children, those who are having dyslexia, could also have hyperactivity or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. They will be given treatment for that also. The causes of dyslexia are purely they are genetics. Most of the cases it will be genetics. Then there will be a problems with structural changes. Brain injury can have this kind of problems. Dementia is one cause. Poor education opportunities and poor literacy. How can dyslexia be treated? So the matter of dyslexia treatment is purely based on its management. As we are told, it is genetics. Mainly it is genetical. Therefore, altering the balance of the brain, it may take a lot of time. So the first treatment method is always used as individualized education programs, multisensory teaching methods, assisted learning techniques, reading and spelling techniques, word games, intensive training programs, and counseling. Because of all these problems, dyslexia, unable to read, inability to understand, lack of understanding symbols, all those things, the child may get little bit worried. The child may be stressed. To overcome this stress, counseling is also taken as a treatment method. Now the tips for parents. So what I should emphasize here is, children, they are having difficulties in learning these things. Dyslexia, the child is not able to read and comprehend. So in that sense, parents should not force them. The parents should understand that this is a significant problem in their life. So the delay will be there. The parents should be patient enough to make sure that they make the child according to the circumstances. The first tip for parents will be, surround your child with reading. Read out loud to her, modeling phrasing and intonation. Allow her to read anything and everything. Help her to read anything and everything. Help the child to read and write anything and everything. Many times, as she likes. Have her read out loud, giving corrective feedback. Listen to books on tape in the car. make reading a positive experience. This is what is very important. The child should not worry. The child should always feel that the reading is a positive experience. You can use the help of rewards to make sure that the child is reading and having a positive experience. Second is encourage reading fluency. Have the child read a short passage several times while you record the time it takes. Children often enjoy seeing if they can improve their time. They try to improve their time, and the repetition helps establish fluency. Build vocabulary. Ask your child to tell you a new word she has learned every day. Talk about what it means. Look it up in the dictionary and make up sentences with the word. Play a game where each of us uses the word in a sentence at least twice a day, then again that week. Post a new vocabulary word list and add to it daily or weekly. This will encourage the child to do things. Fourth one is play games. For a young child particularly, playing games is fun and instructive. Clap so she can hear how many syllables a word contains. Segment word sounds and blend them back together. Call attention to alliterations in songs, poems, and nursery rhymes. Go high tech. Use computer resources including apps, digital learning games, and websites with learning games. The parental tips are not limited to home. The tips, they can make sure that they go to school and they get the help of the teachers. Work with your child's team. There will be a team in the school to ensure that the following principles and strategies are incorporated in the reading curriculum. This is for the parent. These tips are for the parent when the child is in the classroom. Instruction. The teacher, the person who is training the child, his instruction must be explicit, intensive, systematic, supportive, tied to regular classroom teaching, guided by individual assessment, and motivating. The goal is to increase the number of positive instructional interactions per school day. Secondary students learn more effectively in small groups than a whole class or larger groups. Make a small groups or encourage the teacher or the trainer to make smaller groups in this aspect. Third one is verify that the child teacher has undergone appropriate training in reading. These are unprepared, may need ongoing in-service training, possibly included a mentor in the classroom. So essential, training is essential. The child is going there for training. The person who is supposed to train should be qualified enough to train the dyslexic child. Encourage pre-teaching prior to reading a text. Relate everything to real experiences, generalize with visuals, toys, common household items, field tips, all this. Point number 5. Increase vocabulary by bringing words to life. Select high utility words. You use new words in conversation and in writing, and make sure students have frequent contact with new words in order to own them. It is important to teach pronunciation and strategies to read and to learn new words. Teach multiple meanings of words. Concentrate on figures of speech, synonyms, and homophones. Always make them concrete. Teach the rules of language. Example, spelling rules and rule breakers. Number 7. Have your child read controlled text at this level. Have him build speed and knowledge by reading the same words in different contexts, including timed fluency, drills for repeated practice reading the same words. At the same time, you should work with neurologist, clinical psychologist, special education teacher, and counseling psychologist. So these were the tips provided to family, parents to make sure the child, the dyslexic child, is getting improved. The basic of this tips, the basic of parenting of dyslexic child is purely patience. So make sure the parents has the patience to make the child move forward in his or her life. Thank you.